Let's change the lanes a little bit here. Get back into the thrilling world of sport. What a week, what a month of sport it has been. Never mind UEFA and some of the goals of the century, but let's talk about cricket for a moment. South Africa pulling off a momentous, a history-making tour, a win over Australia on home soil, something that is very rare. Certainly for the Proteas, a 3-1 series victory that was cemented in Johannesburg with a crushing display of cricket. And we've got Ashfak Mohamed here to help me make sense. It's not about you guys at home. It's about me trying to wrap my head around what went on in this tour. What an unbelievable, I think, advertisement for Test cricket. If they were worried about the waning joy of watching Test cricket, we certainly brought some new fans in, I think. But this is a big thing for Faf, for his team, for the culture, for where the Proteas are. Getting a series victory against Australia at home is massive.
We've also got a lot of DIY experts now, Graham, because of the whole sandpaper gate, you know, we all know how to use it now and make our own things.
This is why we brought you in and not a player, because you can say that.
But the action on the field in terms of the actual cricket was fantastic, you know. Such a gripping series from the start. The whole stairwell case as well with David Warner and Quinton de Kock. That happened off the field. That's coming from the sledging on the field by the Australians. They had a full go at the Proteas in that first test, and that's what sparked it all off. You know, Faf du Plessis saying after they lost in Durban that they were so motivated for the rest of the series, and they pulled it through 3-1.
I think they were also motivated to give an incredible, I want to say young man, even though he's retired, he seems eternally youthful to me. And he bowled like a young man during this tour, getting his 300th wicket milestone. Morne Morkel, now retired. I wonder, he must have had second thoughts about retiring during this process, but what a great finale to an unbelievable career.
Yeah, he shed some tears at the wonders after the final test. You know, he was bowling so well, particularly the last 12 to 18 months. You know, his issue has always been his length. People thought because he's so tall, he bowls a bit too short, but he's got that right the last few years. So he's at the top of his game, and to see him go is quite sad.
Yeah, I mean, and he's put his body through a lot for the sake of
big guy as well.
Man, of the Proteas and for the brand. So we love him, dude. And we, Morne, we wish you so well in the next phase of his career. Then you mentioned the DIY specialists. We've been giving a lot of flack online to obviously Smith and Warner, and then young Bancroft. I mean, there are so many angles that you can look at this from. I was standing right next to Shane Warne when this happened on the field. For me, it just felt like, okay, another kind of intricacy to this web, but I could see in his eyes how hectic this was, and then boom.
And what made it worse, Graham, is that after the day's play at Newlands, Bancroft sits there and says that he used yellow tape. And now it comes out that it was actually sandpaper. So they just made it worse, you know. And Steve Smith, a lot of people's got sympathy for him, saying it was more David Warner. But I don't, actually, because he's the captain. He knew what was going on. He could have stopped it. When the umpires questioned Bancroft as well, he just stood there and didn't say a word.
Buddy, do you get a sense from chatting with other reporters from your overview, have they been doing this for a while? That is the question I think is burning.
I think that's obvious, you know. Even back to the Ashes now, the previous series where they got a lot of reverse swing. England are now going to look at the footage to see if something happened, you know. The way they get the ball to reversing at 28 overs, other teams get to 50 overs. So there's almost half the time. Something is going on.
Well, let's take nothing away from the fact that they have both been banned for a year. No captaincy role ever for Warner to be considered because of the role that he played in that. But when you take the IPL out of the equation, domestic cricket and national, that's massive.
Look, some people think it's harsh. I think it could have been worse. You know, because that was blatant cheating. They lied about it initially, saying it's yellow tape, and then it comes out sandpaper. Who's involved? Some people are being protected, Graham. I'm telling you, books are going to come out, and the real truth is going to come out.
That's where they'll make their money back, is on the book releases. Thank you so much. I know you've loved it as much as I have. And of course, now we can look forward to a little bit of IPL action as well. So a lot of the South African stars jetting off for that. So we wish JP Germany, the rest of the boys, all the best of luck with their contracts as they remain intact as they head off to the IPL.